Hello and welcome to UFO sightings footage. This is a fascinating video about the theoretical physics that goes on at CERN, or rather the Large Hadron Collider in Europe. CERN, as some people call it, is a conspiracy theorist's best dream and is a hotbed of excitement surrounding black holes and big bangs, plus the possible bringing demons through a Stargate-like portal. We have found 10 different things about CERN that you probably need to know if you're interested in what goes on at this Large Hadron Collider. We will run through them in a minuet. Firstly, did you know? The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator, which was developed by CERN to test and research the breaking of molecules by colliding with each other. Just recently, scientists have been baffled by their findings inside the tubes which make up the LHC. What could have caused such a scientific anomaly that scientists overlooked? They have called it an unidentified laying object, or LO. This is why people think they have brought through demons and Satan himself into this dimension. The Large Hadron Collider is a very scary place because of the types of experiments conducted there, which could literally tear the planet apart and implode it into the very next dimension if it exists with ease. In September 2015, Europe's Large Hadron Collider, LHC, smashed together subatomic particles at nearly the speed of light, an unprecedented experiment that has some of the leading voices in the world of science and religion sounding the alarm bells and getting very, very excited because of the unprecedented amounts of energy all focused in such a small area, also on the risks involved. Is it worth nearly splitting the planet apart for information? The answer is absolutely not. CERN is perhaps the most famous for its discovery in 2012 of the elusive Higgs boson, named after British physicist Peter Higgs, who predicted its existence in 1964, which is called by many as a nickname called the so-called God particle, which allows other particles to build up mass as they pass through the Higgs field. This in itself is epic and groundbreaking. However, CERN is more famous, or perhaps infamous is the better word, for an upcoming experiment in which scientists will play God in an effort to recreate the conditions immediately following the Big Bang event that gave birth to the universe millions of years ago. That itself is a Pandora's-type box, and if open, then anything could literally happen. Opening a dimension inside another dimension could push the other one into another one and so forth, starting a chain reaction? But that is pure speculation. For those who are in the dark about CERN and the controversial objectives it hopes to achieve, plus some of the stuff they are most known for, like the satanic ritual in front of the statue Shiva, here is our top 10 list of getting to know the Large Hadron Collider, in reverse order. Number 10. CERN is the world's biggest machine. Straddling the French-Swiss border, the $9 billion CERN Collider complex is buried at a depth of up to 575 feet, 175 meters. The tunnel complex runs along a 17-mile, 27-kilometer, circuit. Scientists involved in the project say the laboratory was built underground because the Earth's crust provides protection against radiation. They also say it was buried out of respect for the natural landscape, which sounds slightly ironic considering the massive damage the collider could possibly cause down the road. Number 9. Massive gravitational pull. The CERN Collider is composed of some 9,600 supermagnets, which are 100,000 times more powerful than the gravitational pull of Earth, that fire protons around a circular track at mind-boggling speeds. A beam might rotate for up to 10 hours, traveling a distance of more than 10 billion kilometers, enough to make it to the far reaches of our solar system and back again. Traveling just below light speed, a proton in the LHC will make 11,245 circuits every second. No less amazing are the magnet's coils, which are made up of 36 twisted 15 mm strands, each strand comprised in turn of 9,000 single filaments, each filament possessing a diameter as small as 7 micrometers. The 27 kilometers length of the LHC demands some 7,600 kilometers, 4,100 miles, of cable, which amounts to about 270,000 kilometers, 145,000 miles, of strand, more than enough to circle the Earth 6 times at the equator. According to the CERN website, if the filaments were unraveled, they would stretch to the Sun and back 5 times with enough left over for a few trips to the Moon. Number 8. CERN generates extreme temperatures. There may be another reason for the CERN supercollider being buried hundreds of feet underground: the unbelievable hot temperatures it can reach. How hot, you ask? Well, about as hot as conditions in the universe after the Big Bang, or more than 100,000 times the temperature at the center of the Sun. This will be achieved, CERN says, by accelerating and colliding together 2 beams of heavy ions, an epic scientific event that will take place next month. Number 7. But Stephen Hawking is worried. Although it may require some mental gymnastics to wrap one's brain around exactly what the CERN scientists are attempting to achieve in their underground lab, the average layman may instinctively understand that such an experiment may be wrought with unforeseeable pitfalls. Stephen Hawking, the eminent physicist, seems to agree. The God particle found by CERN could destroy the universe, Hawking wrote in the preface to a book, Starmus, a collection of lectures by scientists. The Higgs boson could become unstable at very high energy levels and have the potential to trigger a catastrophic vacuum decay which would cause space and time to collapse, and we would not have any warning to the dangers, he continued. Hawking is not the only voice in the scientific wilderness predicting possible catastrophe if CERN continues in the atomic fast lane. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson told Eugene Merman on his Star Talk radio program that the experiment could literally cause the planet to explode. Ask yourself, how much energy is keeping it together? Then you put more than that amount of energy into the object. Tyson was confident of the result: it will explode. In late 2008, when CERN was first firing up the engines on its atom-smashing machine, Otto Rosseler, a German professor at the University of Tübingen, filed a lawsuit against CERN with the European Court of Human Rights, on the grounds that the facility could trigger a mini black hole that could get out of control and annihilate the planet. The court tossed out Rosseler's request, but he nevertheless succeeded in generating heated discussion on the possible dark side of the experiment. Number 6. Opening the door to other dimensions. 1 year after CERN's grand opening, Sergio Bertolucci, former director for research and scientific computing of the facility, grabbed headlines when he told a British tabloid the supercollider could open otherworldly doors to another dimension for a very tiny lapse of time, mere fractions of a second. However, that may be just enough time to peer into this open door, either by getting something out of it or sending something into it. Of course, added Bertolucci, after this tiny moment the door would again shut, bringing us back to our normal 4-dimensional world. It would be a major leap in our vision of nature. And of course, there would be no risk to the stability of our world. Naturally, this comment has triggered fears that the CERN collider could unwittingly invite unwanted visitors from other time-space dimensions. Anybody for dinosaurs strolling along the Champs-Élysées, or alien life forms seizing the entire planet? Such scenarios, at least for some scientists, are no longer confined to the fictional world of Isaac Asimov novels. With the ongoing work at CERN, there is even talk of opening up a portal for time travel. Simply postulating such futuristic scenarios shows how far mankind has traveled in a relatively short expanse of time, and our dystopic future predicted in books like Brave New World and 1984 may already be here. Will man be able to control the technology he has created, or will the technology destroy him, his works, and with it the entire planet? Number 5. CERN's curious choice of geographic location. Now, on top of all the speculation as to what CERN scientists are really attempting to do with their Large Hadron Collider, many observers could not help but notice that the town in France where CERN is partially situated is called Saint-Genès-Pouilly. The name Pouilly comes from the Latin Apulliacum, and it is believed that in Roman times a temple existed in honor of Apollo, and the people who live there believe that it is a gateway to the underworld. It is interesting to note that CERN is built on the same spot. Religious leaders, always suspicious of the aims of the scientific world, drew a connection to a verse straight out of Revelations 9:1-11, which makes reference to the name Apollyon. The verse states, "To him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit. And they had a kind over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon." Now try telling a spiritual leader that the Bible is conspiracy theory. Number 4. Tapping into dark matter. Astonishingly, astrophysical observations have demonstrated that all visible physical matter accounts for only 4% of the universe. Now the race is on at CERN to find those elusive particles or phenomena responsible for dark matter, 23%, and dark energy, 73%. Essentially what the CERN experiment hopes to achieve is to separate, by way of the atom smasher, the invisible dark matter, which has been described as the very glue that holds together, from the visible. There's just one problem with this experiment: nobody has any idea what the consequences will be if that goal is achieved. So once again, this dark versus visible paradigm has generated a battle that transcends the scientific world, becoming a question involving philosophy and spirituality. Number 3. The CERN logo. I will leave it up to the imagination of the reader to determine if the public relations team at CERN opened up the door to massive conjecture, not to mention a huge amount of conspiracy theory, by opting for the particular logo design that they did. Number 2. Deity of Destruction as corporate mascot. Although most corporations shun any connection with religion and the spiritual world, CERN has chosen as its mascot a Hindu goddess. But not just any Hindu goddess. Just outside of its headquarters building sits an ancient statue to Shiva, ancient Apollyon, the goddess of destruction. Strange? Number 1. Satanic ritual caught on camera. Not long ago, a couple of years ago, a worker at the Large Hadron Collider filmed what looked like a woman being stabbed and sacrificed in front of the statue just mentioned, which is the deity Shiva. The woman in the video is unknown, but what happened after the release of the video, which went viral, is unprecedented. Apparently the head of CERN sacked all participants and gave the statement that it was an elaborate prank, even thought there was no one there being pranked and they surely was not filming it. So this begs the question, who was they pranking and why stab a woman? It has been said that the existence of Satan has been confirmed, and for unlocking the secrets of the universe, Satan was welcomed here on planet Earth by the scientists on behalf of everyone on this planet. The satanic ritual video link, which is on our channel, UFO sightings footage, will be in the description, so please check that out if you have a chance. It is eye-opening indeed. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. We hope you got the information you're looking for. This is UFO sightings footage saying keep your eyes in the sky because they are here definitely. Peace.